Hello my dear artists, I'm happy to share with you my first winter tutorial where I will show you how to paint a Christmas box with watercolor. You can find the full version of this tutorial on my Patreon, where I shared also how to prepare a sketch of a Christmas box. This painting I'm using my favorite red shades, and you can find the list of the green and red colors on my Instagram page. But today I'll use Cadmium Red Deep by PVC, Perlin Red by Rembrandt and Green by White Nights. We won't paint a green gift, but I will share with you how to mix colors to get a very nice dark red color. And also you can see that there is a white box, but in watercolor there is no color such as white, so we will use a light mix of Payne's Gray and raw sienna for that purpose. I will need 3 brushes, number 4, number 2 and number 0. You can use some other small brushes that you normally use for painting small details, because I'm painting in quite small format, and for clip art it's enough, but you will need smaller brushes to paint these boxes and bows. Okay, we will start by mixing the Payne's Gray and raw sienna. And please use some draft paper to check your color, if it's good enough or not. And you have to add more water so the color will be very opaque. And let's start. Normally in watercolor painting we start from the lightest part to the darkest parts. So I just cover this horizontal side of the box. And while the surface is still wet, if you know the wet on wet technique, it will be easier for you, but you can add just a little bit of color under the bow and under the ribbon, so it won't look flat. It will have a volume. So I try to cover the surface of the paper with water, and then I apply some color. Okay. And as you can see, I can start painting another part while this one is getting dry. But it's up to you, it depends on the speed that you use to paint. And for me, it's easier because I have a lot of practice. Okay. I also add here some shadows under the ribbon, with wet on dry technique. So it means that the surface is already dry, but I use some color and add some more darker shades. Okay, something like that. And here will also be quite dark. So we covered the whole part with color, and now I just add some darker pigment here. So it goes like this. Okay. And actually it is better to cover the whole surface that you are going to paint with water first, and then add some color. That's enough. Let's paint this side. So you see that if I make it even, the color on the top of the box and side of the box, it looks very flat. And now I add just more intense color, and it looks much better straight away. Okay, here is very small part, so I can paint it without wet on wet, just wet on dry technique. And here the ribbon goes not exactly like on the reference, so I will have to think where the shadow of this ribbon will go on the box, and I will add it later. And I can add some shadows under the ribbon right away. Okay, and this small part, well, it looks like this side of the box appears darker on my image, so it's not a problem, and I will make it darker here as well. Okay, right now let's move to painting ribbon. So we will replace the blue color with the red one, but still we can see where the lightest parts, here, here and here, and we can see where the darkest parts, like here and here and here probably. So we will paint with red color, with cadmium red deep for lightest parts and perlin red for darkest parts. And also we will use some green color for mixing with perlin red to get a nice mixture. Well, the only thing that I don't like about Royal Talents watercolors, that it's impossible to open. For example, this one, very easy to open with this lid, and with this lid it's almost impossible. Okay, I managed to do that, and I will put it here. And probably I will take another palette And I will show you the color that I want to get for my darker mixes. I add some water. First of all, I will show you how these colors look like. So this is Perlen Red. And this is Cadmium Red Deep. So you can see that Cadmium Red Deep is quite warmer than Perlen Red. So we can use it for lightest parts. And Perlen Red is quite good to mix with green color. And I have it in another palette. So we add like 20% of green color to the Perlen Red and we get this dark red color. Just make sure that the majority of the color is red in this mix and it will be like this. And I think it's perfect for the shadows on the red ribbon. So let's start. And actually here you can switch to the smaller brush. I use number 2, but you can use other brush that you have. So I just cover the surface of the ribbon and I will add some darker color here, closer to the center. And here. And we can see on the reference that there is dark part, like dark line on the ribbon, but actually normally there will be the line of the highlight, so we will leave a small thin line over white paper. We will not cover it with paint. And while the surface is still wet, I just add more color to make the color more intense. And here I can add just darker color because there is a darkest shadow. Okay, let's move to another one. We can paint one by one. For example, this light part on the ribbon. We can paint right now and just leave it. And here also light part. It is very light here and darker to this side. Now I'm just using water to make these parts as one. Okay, let's paint this part as well. Okay, this happens a lot. I just don't know why. Okay, here actually dark part, and here also would be logical to have dark part, because normally when the ribbon goes inside, like behind the other ribbon, we make it darker. So here the reference is quite difficult because we see that it's light, but I know that normally it would be dark. So let's paint it dark, just trust me on this one. Okay. And what else we can paint here? I would suggest to paint this part or this one. Let's paint that one. The further away, it's quite simple to paint, it's just a very light color. Okay, something like that. And this one. Okay, something like that. Here we can also paint light part. Let's cover it with water first and then add some color. I also can dry my brush on the napkin and just remove some color from the ribbon to make this nice highlight. Also I can remove and lift some color from some parts, it will make the same effect. Okay, let's paint also this small part with light color because it goes like this. I think it's very light here and also here. Okay, what else? Here is dark part. Well, here is dark, light, dark. So let's also leave here a small line on the edge. Okay, and there will be a very dark color of the ribbon that goes over there. Okay, and here. Now the dark part on this ribbon. And we cannot keep white spots, so we have to cover these white highlights with a very light mix of water and color. Okay, let's go here. Okay, and we have also this part, I guess the last one, and it's also very dark. we're basically done. So there is nothing I want to paint, but I would like to add some shadows behind the ribbon. So we come back to our Payne's Gray and Rossi and a mix. Maybe add a little bit more Payne's Gray. And let's add some more dark shadows. So here I put a quite dark shadow. It represents this shadow under this ribbon. And here we will also add some shadows. The only thing is that you have to repeat the same shape. So I don't like mine actually. I don't think it's a good fit. Well, this is a little bit better. I like it more. Okay, so what else? What else? I want to add some dark shadows here. Especially here. Well, actually, as you can see, I didn't even use the number 0 brush, so you can use one small brush as well. Also here. Maybe I can blend it a little bit with water and make it more transparent. Okay, also what else? Here I need pretty dark shadow to make this light part pop. So I even put a more shadow here as well. Okay, and also here I want to add some just darker shade because it feels like it should be there. Also, I don't like this part. I think that something should be darker, and I decide that this part, as we painted it darker, so it will be darker. Okay, and also I think that I need to add some darker shadows here. I cannot stop actually, and I want to add even darker shadows here. So you just can analyze your image and add some darker shadows where you feel like they need to be. And basically that's it. Thank you for watching. If you have any requests for my next tutorial, please leave a comment. And have a nice day. See you in the next video.